From the moment eyes meet and we acknowledge the thrill we feel when we see our other person, we're hooked. We can't get enough of their company, and life is good, until it isn't. Eventually, the newness wears off, and a certain reality kicks in. Not that this is bad, quite the contrary. It's here where the best intimacy forms. Here you learn what it is to be part of a pair. It's also here where you hit the adjustment period and you start noticing bumps in the road. What can you do to smooth the transition from first love to happy ever after? You start in humility. Let's look at 5 different ways where being humble is guaranteed to make your love life better. You gain tolerance for different ideas. The hardest part of being part of a pair is trying to find a way to make very different viewpoints compatible. Humility reminds you to take a step back and consider the other person might be right. Either you'll discover something new, or you'll eventually agree to disagree. Regardless, you won't be arguing about the outcome. You learn inner strength. The ability to hold back and not shove yourself into the spotlight tends to come from a place of quiet confidence. You know what you're good at. You don't need to prove anything. This benefits relationships, as this inner strength will get you through a lot of relationship turmoil and make you slower to anger or lose sight of relationship goals. You listen and learn. Someone with humility accepts there are things they can gain from the other person. They tend to listen more in conversations and try to see the other person's viewpoint. This makes for better communication and appreciation for what your mate has to teach you. You don't react as quickly. A humble person holds back when attacked and doesn't immediately become defensive. This means they're less likely to get into a useless spat and are more likely to be able to diffuse a situation that might otherwise break the relationship. You stop assuming you know best. Humility means accepting you have flaws and releasing the idea you're an expert. This makes you more likely to be willing to learn and even to apologize when things go haywire. Both these traits will open you to being more vulnerable with the one you love, making room for added closeness. It can be tough to be humble, especially if you're not used to it. What you need to remember here is you're not doing it just for yourself. There's a whole second person in your life now who deserves the very best you can give them. By keeping this in perspective, you'll find your love life feels fresh and more intimate.